The average American consumes over 4 pounds of mayonnaise every year. But what you don't know is that this creamy condiment was once considered a luxury item, and its production was a closely guarded secret. And today we're revealing the billion-dollar industry that brings this beloved spread to your table. This is how mayonnaise is made. The Mayonnaise Story. You might not know, but mayonnaise has a fascinating history and an ever-evolving present. Its origins can be traced back to the 18th century Mediterranean, with the most popular tale linking it to the French capture of Port Mahon in 1756. A chef's improvisation led to the creation of mayonnaise, which eventually became the mayo we know today. As this tangy spread gained popularity in Europe, it soon crossed the Atlantic. In early 1900s New York, German immigrant Richard Hellman turned his deli's popular mayonnaise into a commercial success, setting the stage for mass production. Over the decades, mayonnaise has adapted to changing tastes and dietary needs. From the classic recipe of oil, egg yolks, and vinegar, we now see a wide array of variations. Meanwhile, packaging has evolved from wooden vessels to squeeze bottles and single-serve packets. Today's mayonnaise production is nothing like how it was in the past, and it has evolved significantly. But what's actually different? Building blocks of mayonnaise. Let's begin by exploring the key ingredients used in making mayonnaise. At its core, mayonnaise is a complex oil and water emulsion, primarily consisting of vegetable oil, egg yolks, and vinegar or lemon juice. But what makes each of these components so crucial? First up, we have vegetable oil, the backbone of mayonnaise, making up a whopping 65% to 80% of the final product. Soybean oil is a popular choice due to its neutral flavor and cost effectiveness. But other oils like canola or sunflower can also be used. The oil provides that smooth, rich texture. Next, we have the unsung heroes of mayonnaise. Egg yolks. Making up 4% to 8% of the mixture, egg yolks are more than just a flavor enhancer. They contain lecithin, a natural emulsifier that plays an important role in blending oil and water into a stable emulsion. Without egg yolks, your mayo would be a separated, oily mess. But what gives mayonnaise its characteristic tang? That's where vinegar or lemon juice comes in. These acidic components not only add a zesty kick, but also help stabilize the emulsion and act as natural preservatives. Different types of vinegar, from white wine to apple cider, can be used to create unique flavor profiles. Water might seem like an unlikely ingredient, but it's essential for adjusting the consistency of mayonnaise. It typically makes up 5% to 15% of the mixture. And let's not forget the supporting cast: salt, sugar, and mustard. These flavor enhancers bring out the best in mayonnaise, with mustard pulling double duty as both a taste booster and an additional emulsifier. Preservatives like calcium disodium EDTA help extend the product's longevity, while thickeners, such as modified food starches, are often used in low-fat versions to mimic the texture of full-fat mayo. But how do these simple components come together in a factory setting? The mixing magic, emulsification. It's time for the real magic to happen: emulsification. But what exactly is emulsification, and why is it key in mayonnaise production? Emulsification is the process of combining two liquids that normally don't mix, like oil and water. In mayonnaise, we're creating an oil and water emulsion, where tiny droplets of oil are suspended throughout the water-based ingredients. It's this process that gives mayonnaise its creamy texture and stability. In the factory, this process begins in a pre-mix tank. Here, the oil is coarsely dispersed with the other ingredients, creating small, tiny droplets. The pre-mix is then fed through an emulsifying machine, which works its magic to break down those oil droplets even further. But why go to all this trouble? Well, these tiny oil droplets are the key to mayonnaise's unique texture. They form a densely packed structure, creating a high-viscosity emulsion. In simpler terms, this is what gives mayonnaise its thick, creamy consistency. The smaller the oil droplets, the thicker and more stable the mayonnaise becomes. The star of this process is often a piece of equipment called a high-shear mixer. These mixers use a combination of high-speed and specially designed rotor-stator tooling to create intense shear forces. These forces break down the oil droplets and disperse them evenly throughout the mixture. But the emulsification process isn't just about breaking things down, it's also about building them up. Remember those egg yolks we talked about earlier? Their lecithin content plays an important role here. The lecithin molecules surround the tiny oil droplets, preventing them from recombining. Each oil droplet gets its own protective coating. Now that we've created our emulsion, you might think we're done. But how do manufacturers ensure every jar of mayonnaise has that perfect consistency and flavor? Quality control, ensuring perfection in every jar. It starts with rigorous testing of the raw materials. Each ingredient, from the oil to the eggs, undergoes thorough checks for freshness and quality upon arrival at the factory. Throughout the production process, samples are regularly drawn and analyzed to ensure consistency and safety. One of the key aspects of quality control is sensory evaluation. Trained experts evaluate each batch for its taste, texture, and overall quality. Specialized equipment is used to measure viscosity. That's the technical term for how thick or thin a liquid is. The ideal mayonnaise should be thick enough to hold its shape on a spoon, but not so thick that it's difficult to spread. Another factor is pH level. The acidity of mayonnaise not only contributes to its tangy flavor, but also plays a role in food safety. Regular pH testing ensures that each batch falls within the safe and tasty range. Many commercial mayonnaise producers use a process called inline pasteurization. This involves heating the mayonnaise to a specific temperature to eliminate any harmful bacteria without cooking the eggs or altering the taste. And let's not forget about shelf life. Mayonnaise producers conduct stability tests to ensure their product can maintain its quality over time. This involves storing samples under various conditions and regularly checking them for any changes in taste, texture, or safety. Have you ever noticed that some mayonnaise brands have a richer yellow color than others? That's another aspect of quality control. The color of mayonnaise can be affected by factors like the type of oil used and the egg yolk content. Manufacturers use specialized color measurement tools to ensure consistency across batches. The packaging also undergoes rigorous testing. Jars and bottles are checked for defects, and the sealing process is closely monitored to prevent any contamination. So from taste tests to scientific analysis, every jar of mayonnaise that reaches your table has passed through numerous checkpoints. But what happens once the mayonnaise has passed all these tests? From factory to your fridge, the packaging process begins with the sterilization of containers. Whether it's glass jars, plastic bottles, or squeeze packets, each container is thoroughly cleaned and sanitized to eliminate any potential contaminants. Next comes the filling process. High-speed filling machines precisely measure and dispense the mayonnaise into the containers. These machines are incredibly accurate, ensuring that each jar contains exactly the right amount of product. Some advanced systems even use weight checks to ensure each container is filled to the correct level. Once filled, the containers move along to the sealing station. For jars, this typically involves applying a metal lid and sealing it tightly. Plastic squeeze bottles might have a flip-top cap applied. The goal here is to create an airtight seal that will keep the mayonnaise fresh and prevent any contamination. Next comes labeling. Pre-printed labels are applied to the containers, providing important information like ingredients, nutritional facts, and brand details. Many modern factories use high-speed labeling machines that can apply labels to hundreds of containers per minute. After labeling, the packaged mayonnaise undergoes one final check. Many factories use vision systems, essentially sophisticated cameras linked to computers, to inspect each package. These systems can detect issues like missing labels, incorrect date codes, or improperly sealed lids. Finally, the packaged mayonnaise is prepared for distribution. Jars or bottles are typically grouped into cases or trays, which are then stacked on pallets. These pallets are moved to warehouses, ready to be shipped to stores across the country. Throughout this process, temperature control is crucial. Mayonnaise needs to be kept cool to maintain its quality and safety. So from the moment it's packaged until it reaches the shelves of your local store, the mayonnaise is kept at carefully controlled temperatures. We hope you've gained a new appreciation for this kitchen staple. From its rich history to its high-tech present, mayonnaise continues to evolve while maintaining its place in our culinary hearts. Next time you spread some on your sandwich, remember the fascinating journey it took to reach your table? If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at how mayonnaise is made, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more How It's Made videos. What other condiments or food items would you like to see being made in a future video? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll catch you next time.